When I first started, I would have dreams about fighting all the time. I would have these dreams where I was seeing all the punches before they came and slipping them perfectly and throwing all the blows I wanted to throw, and just a faceless opponent going down under a barrage of punches. It doesn't happen as much anymore. I think I spend too much waking time training to keep dreaming about it.
Saturday we're supposed to spar. I also coach kids class on Saturdays, so I'm going to try and do it back to back. Sparring can be kind of hard on Saturdays for me because that's also when I work for Kaplan and I coach rugby. They tend to collide, so if I don't get my sparring in that day, then I need to do another plyo cardio workout, and then Sunday's my off day before it all starts all over again.
There used to be stories about people that could party all night long and wake up the next day and hit the weight room and still get muscle growth gains. But with elite performance athletes now and the science getting so strong, they're only going to make it so far when everyone else is going to get such gains. And you get some natural freaks, but I mean, it's like 1%, you know, it's not even, if you don't have some type of formula behind what you're doing, you're already going 2 steps back.
Getting goal specific with Nick and then talking to Paul about it, a lot of that is around finding ways to train the machine to do particular things in practice, right? Oxygen utilization of the muscles, always looking to rehab injury, increase flexibility, increase power, explosive power, strength, to be prepared to have the same kind of output over a longer time. Saturday, sparring.
The way that a fighter schedule works is ideally they would be on that schedule all the time, but most of them only fight 2, maybe 3 times a year, especially the people who are now starting to go pro. So we kind of have to figure out how to allow them to live their lives for a majority of the time.
Growing muscle, losing fat percent, making schedules work. It changes with each person. And now that I coach females, it's brought up a whole nother thing of menstrual cycles, retaining water, things that I've never had to deal with.
If you came down 2% body fat and came up 3 pounds of muscle, you're right at the top at 125.
My weight, where it is right now, is perfect for fighting at 125. Nick wants us to walk approximately about 12 pounds over what we're going to be fighting at. But my body composition isn't where we want it to be, so it's a matter of, okay, how much fat do I have to lose or how much muscle do I need to gain?
So what I'm going to do is take an average of the 2 measurements that we took from each of those 7 sites, plug it into this equation, and then it's going to spit out a couple different numbers. One is going to be her body density, one is going to be her lean weight. That's talking about muscle mass, that's talking about organ tissue, that's talking about bone density, anything that's not specifically fat. All right.
Ah.
She's happy with the results.
You will learn to respect the liver shot.
I think with the body conditioning, part of it is is about making your body stronger, as well as just get used to taking a punch so that it doesn't rock you as much. And that's part of what we do all the time, is some of it is actually just mental acclimation, other parts are physical.
What we'll do is we'll mash the shin with dough rollers, with constant tacks with sticks, kicking a hard heavy bag, and the muscle starts to morph off of the bone. And then also those connective tissues start to build up and calcify until they get really hard. Got about another year's worth of conditioning 3 times a week.
Because if you're not willing to push yourself past that point of comfort, you're never going to really find out how far you can go. I don't think anybody can really take over for you unless they live with you and are going to monitor your food intake. I really feel like you need to have the discipline to do it or not do it. Right before a fight, at least a month out, I like to actually have a lifestyle change where it's not like I'm just changing my diet.
I'm really sad about those monkeys. Bryson is too home.
Yeah, he likes monkeys. He wants a pet monkey.
I want one too.
We are not ever having a pet monkey.
Imagine if it rode on Rosa.
I get a lot out of it, so it doesn't, there's a sacrifice sometimes, but at this point I've built my life around it, so it feels like less of a sacrifice. It's more, it's more just, it's the way I live my life. Things I've given up, I won't know what they are, so I'm 26, especially at this age. I think a lot of my friends' lives are evolving into a point where they are, you know, making homes and relationships and things like that, and I'm evolving into a point where my life is consumed by MMA, and it makes sense for me to put all of what I have into something like this for the next, you know, however long I can make it last, 5 years, 10 years.
Until your brain responds to the neuropaths in your muscles, it's not second nature. And then once you can make it second nature in that sense, then your body will just respond and do it subconsciously. Here we have to do it 10%, a couple thousand times. Then we have to test it in a live position to make sure she can do it live. The best players always said that time slows down. They say, I don't know what it was, but when I was out there, it just seemed like just muscle memory. They've done it so many thousands of times, they're just in a subconscious zone.
I am anticipating doing it for at least 3 more years.
We'll get a good 5 years out of her, it'll be good.
Guns. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. That's great. I love it.